All right, so you're getting ready for a musician interview. How cool is that? We're going to do a deep dive into some real interview questions from RoleCatcher,
Hmm.
along with some insights from their musician career guide. So
Yeah.
you can feel totally prepped walking into that room. The music industry is,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
really competitive. But this deep dive is
Yeah.
going to be your secret weapon.
Yeah. What's so fascinating is that, talent is obviously essential, but it's really all about how you present those skills and that passion that you have in a way that really connects with the people that are hiring. And that's what we're going to focus on today.
Okay, cool. Let's kick things off with a pretty classic question. How did you get started in music? It seems pretty simple,
Right.
but this is your chance to share what makes your musical journey unique.
Right. I think back to those early experiences. Think about what sparked your passion for music. Was it a family member that played an instrument? Or maybe a concert that you went to that just blew your mind? Or maybe even just like
Yeah.
messing around with pots and pans as a kid, whatever it was.
Sure.
Focus on the moments that really show your development and commitment to music.
And this is where I think the career guide's emphasis on continuous learning really comes in.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
did you take lessons? Did you join a band? Did you spend hours and hours practicing in your room? These are the things that really demonstrate dedication.
Absolutely. They want to see that you have actively pursued your passion. Things like school orchestras, community choirs, even early attempts at songwriting, those can really highlight that.
It's like showing them you weren't just passively listening to music, you were diving in head first. But be ready for some follow-up questions that might dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
They might ask you, what were some of the challenges you faced early on? Or who are some of your musical influences?
And those follow-ups are really to gauge how you handle obstacles and what shapes your musical style. Did you have to struggle with a particular technique? Did you have a moment of self-doubt? Don't be afraid to talk about those experiences, especially if they ultimately made you a stronger musician.
And speaking of making your story even stronger, RoleCatcher's AI can actually provide feedback on your answers. It's like having a coach right in your pocket, helping you refine your story and tailor it to the specific job that you're applying for.
Yeah, and that's what's so fantastic about it. It's all about maximizing your impact. And their AI can highlight areas to tweak and help you present your experiences in a way that really resonates with potential employers.
That's super helpful, especially if interviews make you nervous. All right, so let's move on to another really common question. What is your favorite style or genre of music to perform? This one can be a little tricky because you don't want to box yourself in.
Right. It's a balancing act. Honesty is important, but so is versatility. The career guide mentions a wide range of musician specializations, from session musicians to orchestral players. So think about how your preferred style fits into the bigger picture of your musical abilities.
So should you just name your absolute favorite genre? Or should you try to cover all your bases?
Well, while it's great to be passionate about a specific genre, showcasing your breadth is key. You could say something like, while I have a strong foundation in blank, your preferred genre, I'm always eager to explore and perform in various styles, which keeps my creativity fresh.
Oh, that's good. I like that. What kind of follow-up questions might come from that?
Well, they might ask you, can you tell me at a time you had to step outside your musical comfort zone? Or, do you have experience performing in different ensemble settings? Be ready to talk about times when you've collaborated with others or taken on musical challenges that stretched your skills.
It's all about showing you're not just a one-trick pony.
Mm-hmm.
They want to see how you've grown and what you bring to the table as a musician. Now let's tackle a question that's specifically for songwriters. Can you describe your songwriting process?
Oh, this is your chance to shine if you write your own music. Walk them through your creative process. Do you start with a melody or a lyric or a feeling? How do you bring all the elements together to create a complete song?
And remember, the career guide highlights the ability to connect with people through music as a huge plus in this career. Songwriting is all about telling stories through music, so be ready to share what inspires you and how you craft those narratives.
Think about a song you're particularly proud of and kind of break down how it all came together. What was the initial spark? What were the challenges you faced? And how did you overcome them?
And don't be afraid to mention any successful original compositions. Concrete examples can really back up your explanation.
Absolutely. They want to see that you can translate your creative process into actual results.
What kind of follow-up questions should songwriters be prepared for?
They might ask you, where do you draw inspiration for your songs? Or how do you approach collaborating with others on songwriting? They're looking for insights into your creative influences and how you navigate the collaborative aspects of music making.
This is all so helpful. I feel like I'm already getting a better grasp on how to approach these questions.
It's all about preparation and understanding what they're really looking for. But before we dive into more questions, let's touch on how RoleCatcher's AI can give you a more personalized edge.
Yeah, let's talk more about that AI magic. I'm really curious how it can help with tailoring answers for specific roles.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing what technology can do these days. With RoleCatcher, you can actually input the specific job description that you're interviewing for, and their AI analyzes it alongside your answers.
So it's not just giving you general feedback, it's tailoring it to the specific role. That's so smart.
Exactly. Let's say the job description emphasizes experience with live performances. When you practice your answers with RoleCatcher, the AI might suggest highlighting specific gigs you've played, or emphasizing your ability to handle a fast-paced environment.
That makes a ton of sense. It's like having a personalized strategy session. Okay, now speaking of live performances, let's imagine they ask you, how do you prepare for a live performance? This goes beyond just practicing the music, right?
Oh, definitely. They're looking for insights into your mindset and how you approach performing under pressure. So think about your pre-show rituals, whether it's vocal warm-ups, meditation, or even just having a specific playlist that gets you in the zone.
It's about showing them you have a process. You're professional. You're not just winging it up on stage.
Exactly. You want to convey that you take live performance seriously, and you have strategies for delivering a captivating show. And don't forget to mention any particularly successful performances that you've had.
Ooh, good point. Like a time you nailed a difficult song, or connected with the audience in a special way, or maybe you even got some really great feedback from the venue. Those real-life examples really make your answer stand out.
Oh, they absolutely do. Now, here's one that can be a little tricky. How do you handle mistakes during a live performance? Everyone makes mistakes, but how you recover is really what matters.
This is where I would probably freeze up. Any advice on how to tackle this one?
The key is to acknowledge that mistakes happen. Nobody's perfect, instead of dwelling on the error. Focus on your ability to stay composed and problem solve on the fly.
So maybe talk about a time when you quickly recovered from a mistake,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even turn it into an improvised moment that the audience loved.
That's a great example. It shows you can think on your feet and maintain professionalism under pressure. They want to see that you won't let a minor slip-up derail the whole show.
All right, let's shift gears to collaboration a little bit. What if they ask you, how do you collaborate with other musicians when creating music?
This is where you really showcase your teamwork skills and your ability to navigate the creative process with others. Think about how you approach brainstorming, dividing up tasks, and handling creative differences.
And don't forget, the Career Guide highlights networking and building connections as super crucial aspects of the music industry. So maybe mention how your collaborative experiences have helped you expand your network.
Exactly. Collaboration is often the key to unlocking new opportunities. Share a story about a successful project where you worked effectively with other musicians. Highlight your communication skills and your ability to contribute to a shared vision.
Okay, here's a question that's all about staying ahead of the curve. How do you stay current with new music trends and technologies in the industry? The music world is constantly evolving, so it's important to show that you're on top of it.
And this is where you demonstrate your commitment to continuous learning. Talk about the resources you use to stay informed. Music blogs, industry magazines, online forums, conferences, anything that shows you're actively seeking out new knowledge.
The Career Guide also stresses the importance of staying up to date on technology. So if you've incorporated any new tech or software into your music, this is the time to mention it.
Yeah, maybe you've experimented with loop pedals, or digital audio workstations, or even virtual reality elements. Show them you're not afraid to embrace new tools and techniques.
Now let's talk about those inevitable creative differences. How do you handle a question like, how do you handle creative differences when working with other musicians?
This one's all about your conflict resolution skills. Emphasize your ability to listen to different perspectives, communicate your own ideas clearly, and find common ground.
It's important to show you're a team player, even when there are disagreements. Maybe share an example of a time when you successfully navigated a creative conflict and turned it into a positive learning experience.
Exactly. It's about showing that you can handle those challenging moments with professionalism and respect, and maybe even come out with a stronger result because of it.
Okay, here's a question that gets to the heart of being a musician in today's world. How do you balance artistic integrity with commercial success in your music? This seems particularly relevant given the pressures of the industry.
Yeah, it's a crucial question. They want to understand how you navigate those sometimes competing forces. You could say something like, I believe in creating music that is both authentic to me and resonates with a wider audience. It's about finding that sweet spot where artistry and accessibility meet.
I love that approach. It shows you understand the business side of things
Yeah.
without compromising your creative vision.
Right, and don't be afraid to mention any projects where you successfully balance those two elements. Maybe an independent release that received critical acclaim and also gained a following online.
It's proof that you can make music that's both meaningful and marketable. All right, let's talk about the future. What if they ask you, how do you envision your career progressing in the future?
This is your chance to paint a picture of where you see yourself going in the music world. The career guide outlines various career paths and advancement opportunities, so use that as a springboard to discuss your long-term goals.
So be specific. Are you aiming to be a session musician, a touring artist, a composer for film or video games, whatever it is? Outline the steps you're taking to achieve those goals.
Mention the skills you're developing, the collaborations you're seeking, or even specific genres you're eager to explore. It's all about showcasing your ambition and commitment to a fulfilling musical career.
And if you've already achieved some milestones that align with your aspirations, definitely bring those up. Maybe you won a local music competition, or performed at a prestigious venue, or even had one of your songs featured in a student film.
Yeah, those accomplishments add weight to your vision and demonstrate that you're not just dreaming big, you're already making moves.
This has been incredibly insightful. I feel like I have a much better understanding of what interviewers are looking for and how to approach these questions strategically. But before we wrap things up, let's touch on something we mentioned earlier, RoleCatcher's AI-powered feedback.
Absolutely. We've talked about how it can help tailor your answers to specific roles. But there's another key feature we haven't discussed yet.
I'm all ears. What else can this AI do? So we've covered a lot of ground, like dissecting those common interview questions, getting insights from the musician career guide. But this AI feedback from RoleCatcher has me, really intrigued. What else can it do?
Well, it can actually help you beat the automated recruiter. A lot of companies use something called an applicant tracking system, or ATS, to scan applications. These systems are essentially AI-powered gatekeepers. They're looking for specific keywords and qualifications.
So if your application doesn't have the right keywords, it might not even get seen by a human.
Exactly. But here's the cool part. RoleCatcher's AI can analyze those job descriptions and help you optimize your application materials to make sure your skills and experience shine through so you can get past those algorithms.
It's like having a secret weapon. That helps you stand out, even before you get to the interview.
Precisely. It significantly increases your chances of getting noticed.
Yeah.
And landing that interview in the first place.
Right.
Remember, a well-crafted application is your first impression.
It really is.
Yeah.
This has been an incredible deep dive. I feel so much more prepared to tackle these interview questions and showcase what I bring to the table as a musician.
Yeah. Preparation is key. But don't forget the most important element, authenticity. Let your passion for music shine through. Share your unique story, your musical influences, and what drives you as an artist.
Yeah, it's not just about giving the right answers. It's about showing them who you are as a musician.
Exactly. An interview is a two-way street. It's your chance to demonstrate your skills and your enthusiasm, but also to assess if this opportunity really aligns with your musical goals and values.
That's a really good point. It's not just about getting the job. It's about finding the right fit for your musical journey.
Ask questions. Engage with the interviewer. Get a feel for the company culture and the role itself. It's about finding a place where you can thrive as a musician and contribute your unique talents.
So to all those musicians out there getting ready for interviews, what's our final takeaway?
Remember, you got this. You have the talent. You have the passion. And now you have the preparation. Go out there and rock that interview.
And don't forget to check out RoleCatcher. Their website has a ton of resources and tools to help you navigate the music industry, including those incredible AI features that we talked about.
It really is a game changer for any musician, whether you're just starting out or looking to take your career to the next level.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. We hope you feel empowered and inspired to go after those musical dreams.
Keep making music and keep chasing those goals. We'll be here cheering you on every step of the way.